welcome to that one show.
That two show.
That is an ancient joke. If anyone even remembers that one.
Well, that was like... There have been quite a few just you and me episodes, I think.
Yeah.
It's come down to this quite a few times.
So, what shall we begin with this week, gentlemen? As in gentlemen and you and me. Hopefully other people show up, but you know how that goes.
Would you like to start off with sports?
I mean...
While I think of something, even though there's probably not too much to talk about.
There's not too much,
Baseball, right? There's probably
baseball's going on. There's nothing's really happened except just baseball stuff. Sixers are in the playoffs. They lost game 1, but it's okay because they could still win. They could still win the series. It's fine. They were playing against the Knicks, which is New York's team, one of New York's teams. The original New York team, the other one, meh. But it's going to be a good series, I think. I think the Sixers can still win it, even though the other team is better on paper. But in practice, I think the Sixers can do it. There's not really much else to say. But I did go to the last game they played, the game that was right before this one, and that was a fun-ass game. They played the Miami Heat. It was the play-in tournament, which is something the NBA did to make more money, pretty much. And that was a fun game. The first half, it was not looking good for the Sixers, but they pulled it together and they won that game when they needed to. So it was good. It came down to the wire, though, so that was fun. But there's, again, not much to really talk about with sports right now. The NFL draft is this week. It's coming up on, I think, Friday. So if you're interested in seeing college players get drafted, there's that, which I'm going to watch it. At least I'm going to watch the first round. I might watch the second round of the draft, but who knows? We'll see. Let's see. It's a 3-day thing. April 25th, yeah, so it'll be Thursday, actually. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is what it should be. But again, that's all I really have to talk about with sports for now. There's not much to really go over at the moment.
Yeah.
Or at least nothing that I can think of. So, do you have anything that you want to start us off with instead?
I got some beef with Folgers coffee.
You were telling me about that.
So, yesterday, I got up, I ate some breakfast lunch. Brunch, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Fuck brunch.
It was like, I don't eat breakfast since I wake up at like late on the weekends, so like,
yeah.
I don't know what you would really call it, but I ate my breakfast and then like I had a cup of coffee I made, and that coffee poisoned me. It fucked me up. I feel like I drank bleach. Like yesterday.
Poison coffee.
I don't know what the fuck happened or what I did wrong, but it was normal black coffee. It was fine. Like
yeah.
I had made it in the coffee maker. It was fine. I drank it, and then about like 2 hours after I drank it, I was sick for like 8 hours.
This is why I don't drink coffee. That's not why. But that's another reason for me to never want to drink coffee. You know, fuck that shit. Screw that.
I woke up nauseous this morning still, but I'm okay now. I feel definitely way better. But like, holy shit, it fucking like that's never happened to me before. I drank that coffee. It poisoned me.
That's terrible. That makes me never want to... I actually tried coffee again recently. From all places. Get ready to laugh at me, internet. I got it from Burger King. Because I had a breakfast coupon there.
Hell yeah.
And it comes with a coffee. Now, I don't like coffee. I've said it 100 times on this podcast.
I don't know if Burger King coffee is a good bar for coffee.
Here's the thing. I also said this on the podcast a couple years ago. When I first tried their coffee back in 2020... For some reason, I thought it wasn't bad. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But I got it the other day when I tried it, and it's coffee. I hated the taste. I threw it out.
I like Wawa coffee.
It doesn't matter where the coffee's from. I just can't enjoy coffee.
I like not the Colombian roast, the Cuban roast. That is like my favorite.
Okay.
Cuban roast, that Irish cream. That's a good drink.
Good old Irish creamy.
Hell
But
yeah.
no, I can't do it. Coffee's gross. I don't give a shit. It's bad.
Yeah.
Monster all the way.
I'm a Red Bull guy, but like, I think coffee is like good every once in a while. I think. Like I only drink coffee.
Yeah,
like,
make you shit.
If I'm cold, if I'm working outside, I like to have a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's pretty much it. Or if it's I get iced coffee in the summer sometimes. But
Iced coffee's okay. It depends.
yeah.
Sometimes
I actually prefer iced coffee. I think it tastes better when it's cold.
I'm also a hot take here. No pun intended. I don't like hot drinks really.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I've never liked hot chocolate is like the most overrated drink in the world.
It is.
Hot cocoa
Like, it's
is
like
the
it
most
tastes
overrated.
okay,
I would
but, like,
rather
fuck
just
that.
have chocolate milk.
Yeah, I'd rather just have chocolate milk.
Yeah.
It's not gonna burn my mouth.
It's not gonna.
And it's gonna be good every
It always
time.
burns my fucking mouth every
Yeah.
time.
I just don't like hot drink. I like soup. But
We have
like,
to try.
I don't
We have to,
like
let's try
hot
to
drinks.
do the hot drink talk without referencing salmonella.
Hello.
Once with the Swiss Miss.
Swiss Miss is piss. Yeah, well, I don't like that either. I just don't like hot drinks. Like, I'd rather just have a cold beer or something. Hey, welcome to That One Show.
Hello.
So, I mean, we didn't really get far into it, but do you have any sports things that you want to bring up? Because we didn't really have anything aside from the draft and the Sixers beat the Heat and lost to the Knicks in Game 1.
I don't really think there's much else that notable that's been going on.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably slow for sports right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Stanley Cup playoffs just started, which is kind of cool. I haven't watched much of it yet, but playoff hockey is undefeated, at least in my opinion. So you should check out some games because it's a lot of fun. I know a lot of people aren't really into hockey, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I should
Not
watch
in this
more.
part of the country.
The playoffs.
It seems like
is
it.
definitely the time to watch it.
Yeah, that'd
if
be
you're not a
like-
huge fan.
Yeah.
The
It's same with baseball. Like, if you're not a fan of it, you gotta start watching it in the playoffs to get you interested in it.
Yeah.
hockey's more of like a north thing, I think. And it's not really like.
I mean, people around here like it, but
It's kind of like the border states of Canada. I feel like they're all the hockey guys.
yeah, I mean, you go to Canada, then you know,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
it's all different. So I guess I'll just make my crappy Stanley Cup prediction right now, because I don't know. I really don't freaking know what to pick. It's just kind of a crapshoot for me. But that's all it is, because that's also the magic of the Stanley Cup playoffs. You don't have to be the best team to go all the way. It's really wacky. That's what I also love about it.
Mhm.
Like last year, the best team in hockey, probably one of the best records ever, was the Boston Bruins, and they got eliminated first round.
hell yeah.
It was great. It was hilarious.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say the Hurricanes.
They could do it. The Canes could do it. I think Canes could go all the way.
It's a hockey team from the NHL we're picking.
Yeah.
Just a random. I'm gonna go with the Devils. We're gonna do it.
They're
this
not
year.
in the playoffs.
Oh no! You're gonna do it this year.
They definitely are not doing anything.
You have 16 choices.
Yeah. If I had to take my random guess, from the West, I'm gonna take the Dallas Stars just because they seem like one of the most complete teams, and they're not number one because that'd just be too safe. So, sorry Vancouver, but I'm gonna go with Dallas. And then for the East, let's get real wacky with it. I'm gonna go with the Caps. That's a horrible pick, but you know what?
Are they like the lowest seed on that side?
They're one of the lowest seeds, if not the lowest seed. But you know what? Washington Capitals versus Dallas Stars. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's not going to happen because I just said it, but we're going to go with it.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be Avalanche versus Hurricanes. in
That's
the
a good.
finals.
That's a good pick.
And I'm gonna go Hurricanes, which I'm guessing would be an upset. I don't know though. I
Oh,
don't really know.
my winner, I picked the Stars, by the way. So Zach, I know you don't know any of these teams, but if you had to just take a wild guess based off the logos,
man.
which ones you going with?
Oh, dude. Yo, is that a killer whale? It's kind of sick.
That's an orca.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
All right, the Vancouver Canucks
Yeah.
from the West. which
Oh,
they're
wait,
the best
is
team.
is that Canada?
That's a Canadian
Yeah.
team.
Ooh, never mind.
Honestly, good call.
Yeah.
Canada has not won a cup since the 90s.
American.
Oh, wow, I didn't
Oh, is
realize
that a
that.
Spartan helmet? That's kind of neat.
The Golden
The
Knights.
Golden Knights.
Yeah, there you go.
Vegas going back to back, maybe?
That's my pick.
You got Vegas from the
Yeah.
West. What about the East? Who you got from the East?
I'm not choosing the fucking Maple Leaf because I probably know where they're from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gee, if you couldn't guess.
The Thunderbolt.
There you go.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay. So Knights versus Lightning. That'd be a
Yep,
fun one. I think the Lightning, their dynasty's over though, but they're still going to be competitive. So I don't know if they're going to go far, but we'll see what happens.
They're gonna make it.
They're going to make it. Who's winning between the two?
Oh, well, you know, the Golden Knights. They got it.
All right, back-to-back Stanley Cups for the
They're
Golden
from
Knights.
Vegas.
Yeah.
If I know anything about Vegas, it's hockey.
Hey, this team has grown a pretty passionate fan base in the only 7 years they've been a team now. Wow, it's been 7
That feels
years.
long.
Holy
I
shit.
trust in the team that lives in the desert state.
Yeah, and I guess we could talk about that because we do have something to talk about more. I talked about it last week, but I'll talk about it again. That the Arizona Coyotes, another NHL team, are moving to Salt Lake City. It was official. It was somewhat official last week. I said it was, but it is 100% official.
They're moving to Minnesota.
No, Utah.
Salt Lake City. I'm sorry. I thought you. I misheard you.
It's okay.
Utah.
Yep, they're going to Utah.
So not
Wow.
moving that far, but
Is that the Mormon one or the potato one?
That's the Mormon
Mormon
one.
one.
You're thinking of Idaho. That's the
Yeah.
potato one. But one thing.
All those. All right, come on. Any state that's not on the coast is a flyby state. Okay, look.
They're known for one crop.
And Michigan. Ohio's there too, I guess.
I mean, Michigan's a little different. Ohio's the meme state, so
They have the Great Lakes,
and-
and
and
Ohio's the
indus-
meme state.
and
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
Well, from 50
If
years
you're not
ago.
touching water, you don't matter. That's my.
Yeah. But one thing I did not get to mention last week about this thing is that the Coyotes' name and like all their history and stuff is staying behind. So they're treating like this team, that the Coyotes, as moving to Salt Lake City as a brand new team, new history, like new everything except the players and staff and all that. So for us football fans, this is what happened in the 1990s with the Cleveland Browns. They moved to Baltimore and became the Ravens, but they left all the history behind in Cleveland, and then a couple years later they got a team. And ever since then they've been garbage, except for like 2 years. So that means when Arizona comes back in like 5 years, they're going to be garbage again.
are they still going to be the Coyotes in Arizona?
Yes. They will, because the original owner, he still has the naming rights to them, and he was promised an expansion team. So by the way, yeah, the NHL's expanding again. At least they're trying to.
More teams? What does that
More
mean?
teams. Yeah.
More teams.
Mm-hmm. Even though they just expanded like recently with 2 teams, the Knights and the Kraken.
What states don't have teams?
A lot, actually.
Really?
Especially because it's a hot NHL and there's a lot of teams in Canada.
I mean, like Ohio, like we were talking about, they don't have a team. Right?
Yeah, they do. They have the Columbus Blue
Oh,
Jackets.
Columbus, that's right. I was thinking Cleveland or Cincinnati. I was like, they don't have teams.
So let's see which states. A lot of the flyby states, as you call them, don't have teams. So
it's all in the east, like area right there.
well, that's where it started. Is like
well, yeah, that's where I'd
Northeast
expect most
America.
hockey to, like,
Why are the images so tiny? Why do you got to do this to me? There we go. That's a little better. So let's see. A lot of your flyby states don't have one.
Oklahoma.
There's talks of
Nebraska.
yeah, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, both Dakotas. There's talks of Texas getting another team, but I haven't heard much about that.
Does Idaho have any sports teams in general?
Like professional? No, I
'Cause
don't think
can't.
so.
What, is there like a big city in Idaho?
Boys.
Oh yeah,
Boise.
Boise. Yeah, they have some college teams, I guess.
Yeah, that like Idaho is more known for its college teams than getting a professional team.
Potatoes.
Hell, it took Nevada until 2017 to get a professional team. Oh, speaking of professional teams, we'll come back to this in a second, but we forgot to talk about another thing last week about baseball. is that the Oakland A's are temporarily going to be moving to Sacramento.
Yeah.
So their long history in Oakland, half a century of history now, is going to be gone after this year.
It's due time though.
It's about time. Ownership does not give a fuck. They don't want to be there.
And they don't have much of a fan base at all.
It's not that they don't. It's just that the owners don't care, and they don't care about their fans at all. And the average game pulls like a couple thousand people for a stadium that should hold like how many people does the Oakland Coliseum hold? Let's see. If only I could spell.
I guess somewhere in the 40,000 range.
It's a pretty big stadium. I've never been. 63,000 people
That's
can
a
go to Oakland
Fucking
Coliseum.
massive stadium.
filling
That's
out,
like double some
Less than
stadiums.
20% of the stadium.
To be fair, this also used to host NFL games.
So I'm pretty sure like
So-
most stadiums are like 30,000 or something.
For baseball,
like,
yeah, I'd say like probably 30 to
Yeah,
50,000.
I'm
Citizens
pretty sure
Bank's
Lincoln
probably
Financial
like-
is like
Citizens
what?
Bank's one of the bigger ones with
Yeah,
like,
that's Citizens is our baseball.
yeah, that's like 40,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's only like 30,000, 40,000.
40
Yeah,
40 something, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
crazy.
then there's this one which holds 63,000 people.
Really does look like a Coliseum.
That's why
Yeah.
the our stadium sizes are the reason why a lot of bands go to Europe is because we just don't have the space to have.
Yeah,
massive
you go to
venues.
Europe, they have
And then it's
stadiums
just out in a
100,000.
field somewhere, yeah, and you can have like 100,000 fucking people at your show.
I didn't even realize that Wells Fargo is the biggest NBA stadium by capacity in the country. And it's only like 32,000, something like that.
I
That
doubt
sounds
it's even
small.
that. 21,000. It's
Whoa.
even smaller than that.
I misremembered. And that's
Yeah.
like, how is that one of the biggest for
It's
NBA?
the biggest
It's
inside stadium.
Bigger than MSG, bigger than Prudential,
Yeah, like
and it
you
only
hear
holds
Madison
21,000
Square Garden
people.
Is like one of the biggest places for artists to perform, but then the capacity there is smaller than even Wells
That's just because it's
Fargo.
an infamous stadium.
Yeah,
Mhm.
more history.
Yeah, as Wells Fargo was only built like 15, 20 years ago at most. Oh, it opened in 96? Okay, it's older than I thought it was. But, they didn't shut down the Spectrum until like 2009.
How
so-
big was the Spectrum? I don't
It
know.
was even smaller. I think it was like 15,000 if I had to guess.
I saw a lot of shit in that building.
I saw Monster Jam there.
I saw Monster Jam there. I saw the circus there, I think.
I went to a Monster Jam, but I don't remember. It might have been at the Link, I think. I can't remember.
You know what? I think it might have also been the link. I might have
Okay,
saw
it's
it
a
there.
little
It
bit
was
bigger. The
outside,
Spectrum's
yeah.
max capacity was about 19,000.
Still good size.
And it closed in 2009, which was the year I saw Monster Jam. So I saw it the very last year. That was incredible.
Where was it? Was it in the same spot as
It was
the
like-
stadiums now?
It was like next to it. Usually they turn the old spots into the parking lots. That's usually how it goes for stadiums.
Probably easier that way than trying to just like tear something down and build something else right where it was. Like
Yeah, you need a
Yes.
lot of time to do that. And with sports nowadays,
there'd be no transition. Like,
Yeah.
it would be not smooth.
yeah, they would have to move to a whole different area. Hell, the Arizona Coyotes, going back to that, they had to play at a college arena for the past year or two
Hmm.
because they couldn't secure the rights to a stadium because no one gave a fuck about the Coyotes. I mean, their fans did, and like hardcore hockey fans did, but no one in Arizona cares. Arizona sports are that's just depression personified. I just gotta say that.
What, Arizona?
Arizona sports in general, most of them are pretty poverty.
None of
pretty
them
sure.
have
We
really
talked about the
any
Cardinals
success.
once on the podcast and how they're poverty.
I do remember that podcast. We were
Yeah.
talking about the worst NFL team. We had the...
That was a fun debate. Me, Eric, and him had debated what is the worst NFL team of all time, like with success. And we all came to a conclusion that it was the Arizona Cardinals. Just
That's
because
fair.
they're over 100 years old and they've won 2 championships. And the last one was in the
first football
40s.
teams ever
When's
formed.
the last time they won a postseason game?
That's a good question. I have
Because
no
I remember
idea.
when they were like decent when they had Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald, but other than that, I can't remember another time that they were like even mentionable.
2015.
Oh, okay, more recent than I thought.
It's been
That was
8
probably
years.
when they had Kurt Warner, maybe. No, that might
That
be
was probably
Carson Palmer actually.
That was probably the Palmer era.
yeah.
Because Kurt Warner was when they made the Super Bowl, and then you know how that
I
ended.
forgot that. Totally forgot we played against them in the Super Bowl and whooped their ass. Not actually, we didn't whoop them. We barely beat them because that was the Santonio Holmes touchdown catch.
Yeah.
Legendary Super Bowl.
And we mentioned that when we brought up how poverty the Cardinals are. Their only Super Bowl they've ever made, and they lost.
They have a historic play where they're getting shit on.
Yeah. Same with Tennessee, though, but that's whatever. At least they were competitive for a while.
Yeah.
Arizona is just infamously known for never being competitive. Like, ever. I think if I remember back in, like, between the 50s and 70s, there was, like, a 20-year drought where they didn't make the playoffs.
Other than the Diamondbacks last year.
They're fun fact, they're the only team in Arizona that has won a championship. And they have 4 professional sports teams. And they've only won 1. So that's why I say...
Who's the 4th team I'm forgetting about?
The Suns.
Oh, God.
The Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
They're also poverty. They're poverty with a little bit of shine on it because they've been competitive for the past couple of years.
They have
But
Kevin Durant and
yeah,
Booker now.
They always sign people that they think are going to take them to the next level. They don't. They never do.
Yeah, they're probably going to lose first round this year against the Timberwolves. So.
Exactly. So, I'm sorry, all our Arizona sports fan listeners, but you guys are all poverty.
If we'd have any of those.
If there's any of you out there, I'm not saying Philly's a lot better, but it is better.
You know me. I'm on your team, though, guys. With the hockey, at least. You know.
Yeah. Alright, but we can move on from sports now, so... Anything else you wanted to bring up?
Besides the coffee that poisoned me?
Yeah.
Not really. I don't have anything to say about Helldivers this week. Just because...
Not much to add to it.
Just because, nobody wants to fight the robots, and they've given us robot objectives, the last 2 objectives, and
Why does no one want to fight robots?
because they're fucking hard. They're hard.
Yeah, that's fine. We can kick their asses.
But, no, we're losing this. We've lost the last, 3 major orders, and they're getting really close to Super Earth, so it's getting pretty fun.
What happens when that happens?
I don't know! We're gonna find out!
So, can we
And then
lose?
That would be wild.
It would be fucking crazy.
Does the game
just, fuck all
So,
of our fans.
I know
You guys
that,
suck.
if you lose, does the game just end? Can you not play Helldivers
That would be
anymore?
kind of fucking awesome,
It would.
but not be awesome because
legendary,
I paid for the game and the season passes.
It would
So-
suck, but it would kind of be legendary.
But it would be kind of epic, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. If they just fucking take Earth,
You
and
guys
we
aren't good
lose,
enough.
the
We're
game's
taking the game
over.
away from you now.
You gotta pay
they'll
money
probably,
to come
you know
back.
what's funny? If they take Earth, they'll probably move the capital to a different planet on the map. So
It's not like
we
that's
just
the
get
only planet.
completely overrun.
The fans should just revolt one day and see if they could just make everything go to shit. And see if the
The only thing people want to fight are bugs. So our order right now is to defend 10 planets, and they're giving us objectives on both bots and bugs. But people will only ever finish the bug ones, and they leave the bot ones behind because nobody wants to fight the bots because they're too hard. But then there's me,
You're just
the
gonna have
last
to do it
week,
yourself.
who's only been fighting bots by myself for the last.
He's putting the entire.
But
gaming
you can
community
look
on
at the
his back.
numbers
Yeah.
on how many people are playing in each sector, and you can look and obviously see that there will be maybe 10,000 people, 30,000 people in the bot area, and then you go over to the bug area and it's 200,000 players at all
my
times.
God.
Jesus.
Because people don't care about the bots because they're too hard.
That's crazy that it matters though because everybody's.
But
not
now the
focusing on it,
bots are
everyone's
pushing
falling
forward
behind.
and they're taking land. But
That is depressing.
it's
as fuck.
definitely the most fun multiplayer game to come out in a long time. That's all I really have to say about it.
I mean, has
Go
there
fight the
ever-
bots.
Has there ever really been any other games like that have kind of done something like that?
For Honor had a very similar kind of
I
system.
forgot about
That game fizzled out
There
very
was
fast.
they had a map, area that you could do, and you would like do sections, and then they had like the 3 factions of the game, and you could like take area, and it was kind of something like that.
But were you like playing against each other?
Yeah, but
What
it was
faction?
like but it was all PvP instead of PvE.
Right.
So it was like it was like the samurai versus the knights versus the Vikings, and like you would fight to contest against territory. And so like that's the only thing I can really think was kind of similar to it.
Wasn't that game kind of like a next gen, like
When it came out
Warrior
on
or
Xbox One, it was pretty.
I think it came out
was pretty new.
2015.
Yeah, it came like the year after the release of the Xbox One,
Okay.
or like 2 years. That game was fun when it came out. Then the people who like really liked it got really really good, and then it just was not fun to play.
That's what happens with a lot of games for me. They just once all like the sweats come in and just ruin it. It's like, why am I even playing this?
That's
stuff?
why Helldivers is kind of like.
That's what makes it so fun.
It's so
is
fun.
that you don't have to
It is
worry about
completely
that.
cooperative. They also said they plan on adding no PvP at all. Like that is not something they're gonna add.
I mean, they could add it as like a separate game.
Like
mode.
yeah, they said they don't even plan on adding like PvP in any capacity.
You know, it's bold of them, but I really appreciate.
But I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
People will be like, "Oh, that's gonna kill your game."
No, it won't.
No, it won't. Yeah, I think.
I feel like this game already has a very good, well-established fan base.
people are gonna be playing this for a while now.
Especially, we've been talking about it for months, and it came
It's
out
just
in
been
January.
fun. I like it just because I like that the game is like, it's kind of changing like an actual war. It's being presented as if it's actual war. Like it's like there's
All the ads
news
presented like that too.
Like there, yeah.
We
and
give
then
our
if you go
updates
on
on
their-
it every week.
Yeah, you could do like when you go on their Twitter, they feed into it too, where like they're giving you like news segments, and then the community makes their own like special like news segments. Like it's just super fun so far. That's why I like it.
I haven't gotten to play too much of it, but it is a lot of
Yeah.
fun to play. So anyone who's able to play it, I do recommend they play it. Which I'll have a lot more free time in a couple of weeks.
I know
'cause
before
school
we
will
started
be
the
letting out.
podcast, I've been playing Mario 64 co-op.
Oh, yeah, you were telling
There's
me
a
about
ROM. There's a ROM. There's a mod for it on the PC, and that's been pretty fun as well. But
that. But you haven't been playing as Mario, though.
no, yeah. So the guy made a bunch of custom characters for the game with custom sound effects and everything. I've been playing in as Among Us crewmate as we've been jumping around Mario collecting stars.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I definitely think it's the best way to play Mario 64 because you can use a free camera and control your camera with the analog stick, and instead of having to deal with the fucking Mario
Same
64
perspective all the
camera.
time, Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then it zooms in really
Like
close.
it's
at
like
weird
it does all
times.
kinds of like weird shit. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
actually control it yourself. Yeah,
His legs.
It's ridiculous looking.
yeah.
Is that it? Is that one it?
No,
Oh.
mine's a little bit more
A little more polished.
smaller than that.
Oh, even smaller?
He's a little small. Wait, it might be that one.
Is that it? He's like
that might be
tiny?
kind of what he looks like. Yeah.
That is freaking hilarious. I'll put that in the link.
He's
though.
got like custom sounds.
So
and stuff.
small.
It's so fun.
Classic Mario game, like
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorites.
It is one of my favorites.
I haven't beat 64 because 64 is like. There's something about 64's movement that I'm not used to at all.
It's
'Cause
just weird.
I've beat 3D World, I've beat Mario Odyssey like 2 times because I really like it, but like Mario 64 is like completely momentum based, and I just cannot. My brain can't.
The whole game is all momentum.
I just can't do it for some reason. There was one jumping section. To be fair, we're playing a ROM hack. It's not like
It's not polished.
It's not the actual game. It's not like Mario 64. It's a custom levels these guys made.
Okay.
So I think they were supposed to be more difficult than normal, but this one platforming section legit took me like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Fucking the jump up. I kept fucking it up so hard.
It was so much fun to play that game though.
Yeah.
All the Easter eggs.
It's cool too when you die. It's like got the bubble mechanic from the Wii game where like you go in the bubble,
really?
but it's 3D, so you fly your bubble over to where your partner is, and then he pops your bubble and you get out of the bubble.
I do like that
It's pretty
system,
fun.
especially in like the 4-player ones because those get really chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need that.
Did we ever beat that?
What?
I was talking.
We did, I think.
We
right?
did beat that because we did a
'Cause
run
the
through
last
of
levels
it.
where you
Mario on
fight
Wii.
Bowser.
Yeah.
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 What game was
New
it
Super
again?
Mario on Wii.
Yeah, that was
That
it.
one?
Super Mario.
That's a good ass game. I used to play the shit out of that.
It's a fun game.
It got frustrating as hell. On
Yeah.
Some of the boss missions.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, it's not hard, but it's not
it's
easy.
it's not really that hard.
The Wii U had 3D World, and I think 3D World is probably like one of my favorites.
3D World was
3D World
fun.
was so
I
good.
think I don't think I've ever played 3D World.
I have
Uh,
it. It's fun.
It had the cat Mario in it. That was like when
Oh,
they
yeah,
introduced
yeah.
it. But
People were weird about that at first.
Yeah, they were.
because yeah, the
the
internet.
furries, yeah, of course they latched onto that, but the game was fun. The game was really,
The game
really
is fun. So
They were the one that introduced the Toad Treasure Tracker thing too, and they had
which
those
became
little
its
mini
own
levels,
game.
and they were really fun too. Yeah, they had a bunch of cool power. They had like the cherry that like duplicated you, so like you'd get one, and then there'd be 2 Marios, and you get another one, there'd be 4 Marios, and then you get like you could keep. It was fun.
I started with Super Mario 3D Land for the GameCube.
The
Fucking
game.
3DS. I don't know why I said GameCube.
3D GameCube game?
I mean, there was a... Was there GameCube? No, there wasn't GameCube games on the 3DS.
I
Listen,
imagine it could run.
It could, but I don't think there was. I know they started GameCube Virtual Console on the Wii U, and then they... Is it still not on the Switch? Did they just say...
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, they're not. They're not doing the virtual console, which sucks because they need to do GameCube games at least.
They need to do
'Cause,
GameCube games at this point.
I don't think Nintendo realizes that they already had that era of GameCube where they already peaked at games,
Yeah.
and they just need to re-release those games forever, and they can make
They'll do
money
great.
forever.
Yeah.
Like they already made the perfect games back during like the GameCube era. Like,
And we were listening to an old podcast. I don't remember which one it was. We talked about when it was during COVID when they had the Melee tournament.
they canceled, yeah.
And Nintendo, like, they had to do it, over online because COVID. So they had, like, an emulator of Melee, and then Nintendo sent them a DMCA.
And it canceled the event. But like, my issue is that it's like, okay, that is with 100% within your right to take down ROMs or whatever, or like you emulation. It's totally against, like, they're allowed to do that, whatever. But like, the fact that there's no way to play Melee online right now in the modern day is ass, and they need to fix that. Like,
It's also like...
if you're not gonna give us an option to play the game
Don't take
besides
away.
buying a GameCube and getting a copy of Smash and getting everybody in a room during COVID,
Yeah.
then
peak
at
COVID
least
especially.
if you're not gonna give us an alternative option, then at least let us emulate it. Like that's the,
It was free, too. It's not like they're buying the
Not
game or
hurting
they're
you
selling
anyway.
it.
the
Yeah.
game is 21 years
It's
old.
not competing.
Yeah.
Like,
They're not making any sales on it anymore. It is literally like a 23-year-old game at this point.
Yeah.
Came out in like 2001 or something.
I think it was it came out the same year as the GameCube, but it was not a launch title. It came out like a couple months after. I cannot spell today.
like,
Yeah, November 2001. I don't know what that was. It was like a creaking noise behind us or
I
something.
thought that was a cat.
it sounded like a cat.
There's a cat in the wall. But this game it's just so much fun,
I heard
and
it again.
I heard it again.
what is going on behind us? There's something going on in the fridge. I'm gonna check that out in a second. Maybe someone put a cat in the fridge and I didn't know about it. It also doesn't help that it still costs you so much money to buy Melee.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna be paying a lot of money to get a copy of Melee.
It's as much as a new game.
All GameCube games are still $60. Most of them, a lot of them.
It's Nintendo. If you want to
Yeah.
buy a Nintendo game, don't wait for it to go on sale. Just buy
They don't.
it. It's not gonna
They
go
will
on
never.
sale.
Nintendo games never lose value. That is one company that releases games that will never ever lose value. When a game because not even this. Like, if you wanted to get a copy of Mario Sunshine, it's probably around a very similar.
Let's
price.
take a look. Let's take a look right now. Let's see
I
how
guarantee
much
you
Super Smash Sunshine. Fucking that's Super Mario Sunshine. Oh, it's right there anyway. Okay, it's a little less, but still.
How much?
Like,
Oh, that's not bad.
it's not as much. It's like 30 to 40.
Yeah.
But still, you're gonna be paying money for it.
Yeah, GameCube games are not like super cheap.
Yeah.
Look up how much. This is the one that gets me every time. Look how much Silent Hill 2 is worth.
I can only imagine.
That's not even on the GameCube. But
Silent Hill 2 on PS2 is worth so much fucking money.
oh wait. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. $100, $200. That's the Japanese one, so that doesn't count.
Yep.
But 135. Japan copies of games are usually cheaper too. For some
But
reason.
you need a Japanese PlayStation to play it,
Yeah.
and you need to know Japanese to fucking play the game. So
I'm just gonna save the money, learn how to speak Japanese.
yeah. I'll get my
I've thought about
Duolingo
that.
membership. I get my Japanese PlayStation, and I'm gonna save so much money on retro games.
I have thought about doing that because when I bought my Famicom and like all the games are usually in Japanese, I actually thought about learning Japanese just
so I could play fucking NES games.
I feel like that's a language that probably takes a long time to learn, though.
I have a friend from high school who learned Japanese. In fact, for a little bit, he moved to Japan for like a year or so.
I imagine it's hard for people who have an alphabet like we do, like a Latin-based alphabet.
Yeah.
Only because they have kanji, and each kanji means like... Some kanjis can be like a phrase, or like a sentence, and like... that's really gonna fuck like Americans up trying to learn it, I feel.
And it's
'Cause, like,
probably
we have-
really hard to pick up on like the tone of certain things.
We have fucking letters, and like the way we spell things is like completely fucking different.
Yeah.
Like it's all symbols too. I would not be able to learn how to draw each individual one of those symbols.
Learning how to write it out would be ridiculous.
There's a Nintendo DS game that teaches you how to write kanji, if I remember right. I forget what it's called, but is it this one? Yeah, it's this one, Kanken Training. It taught you how to write kanji.
That's cool.
And I keep hearing that freaking noise.
I don't know if it's coming from
I'm
upstairs.
gonna go look at the fridge real quick. You guys hold the conversation.
Kanji.
Hey,
Excellent start.
you know, Japanese letters.
I don't see anything that could make the noise, so maybe there's like some electronic thing that's goofing
It could
off.
be your compressor.
What?
Could be your compressor. Could just be the fridge.
Okay. Thank you.
It does sound like it's
It's
coming
an old
from
fridge. Yeah.
We've had that fridge for like a
Yeah,
decade.
It's not
So-
this thing, is it?
You know what I'm saying? No. It's definitely coming from like the compressor or like one of the from the bottom of the fridge.
To be fair, we do need to clean that fridge out. There's like something in there. It's like smelly.
Look, I'm not an appliance expert, but I
You
do
deliver
work,
them.
I do work in an appliance place. So
You deliver them. Do you repair them sometimes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I figured.
You know a hell of a lot more than I do then.
So I need a guy to fix my fridge, is what I'm learning.
well,
Or at least diagnose the issue. Maybe.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
I can replace the door on it if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll level
You know,
it.
that's something.
I'll level it for you.
That is a crucial aspect to a fridge.
Yeah, that's true.
I could
If it closes, then that's great.
I could put an ice maker in it.
We don't need an ice maker in there.
All right.
But I'll keep that in consideration.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think I'd rather
I could
just
put
get
an ice maker in that fridge.
It's a small fridge.
Make like 2 ice cubes a day.
Hey, it's better than nothing. By the time we'd actually use the ice, there'd be a bunch, so it'd be perfect. I think there's still like a bag of like shaved ice in there. I'd say it's shaved. It was originally.
I'm pretty sure that entire freezer is just a fucking
Shaved
coffin
ice.
of ice.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh, probably. It needs to be chiseled out or something, or just thrown the fuck out at some point.
no, that's good.
Nah, it's good. It'll last. It's lasted us this long. I think I posted it on my Instagram when we
Yeah.
first got the fridge.
Newer refrigerators like they will not last as long as this one did. If you go get a newer one,
Yeah.
like
New appliances
even
are
same
shit.
size, they're shit.
Like,
yeah.
I don't
They're
understand
terrible.
why. Just new appliance. It's so you spend money.
Knowing that I work with them every single fucking day, like modern appliances are garbage and they're made to break in like fucking couple years span of time. Like
It's because we're in a
think
culture,
most of them
or a
last, like,
replace
5.
culture, not a
Yeah.
repair culture now, which is it really is affecting our wallets. So that's another reason that shit
Also,
costs so
if
much.
you live in the state of New Jersey, do not buy LG or Samsung appliances. I'm telling you, will not be able to get them serviced in the state of New Jersey. There's like I think there's like 2 Samsung techs in the state of Jersey, in like South Jersey,
God.
that does this area. Like,
I think I found my new calling. I can make so much money off doing that.
like
So this whole film thing doesn't work out, guys. I think I know where to go.
there's
from here.
really not a lot. Yeah, I mean. By the way, I'm not doing that because I fucking hate Samsung appliances. They're pieces of shit, and I hate them. So
I think we have a Samsung fridge
I
too.
think you do, yeah.
So
I have an LG fridge at home.
I think my parents
but-
have an LG one too, yeah.
Yeah, they're not like terrible. It's mostly like everything in those like LG and Samsung they make a lot of electronic stuff in their like things. So most of like their washer machines and dryers are like completely electronic. So if there's a problem, you have to have a guy come in with a computer to fix it. Whereas if you have a different washer
that's
machine,
how it is these days.
you could just a mechanic can fucking fix it because it's just tools.
It's all, yeah.
So,
What's up, Jake? Welcome to That One Show. Do you have anything you'd like to bring up? We're just ranting about electronics. Or not even electronics, appliances.
Mm-mm.
It's a weird topic to walk
This
in
is
on.
weird.
Yeah.
What
It's
the?
because the fridge was making weird noises.
Oh.
And then we went on a whole rant about appliances
Because
and
modern
how
appliances are terrible.
Well, once AI takes over, they're gonna take over the appliances and they're gonna kill us all.
Did you
There's
see that
already-
new Boston Dynamic robot?
No.
New boss.
Let
What?
me just look that up.
Is that a game or what?
Boston Dynamics is a company
Oh.
that makes
Is it the dog?
that makes robots. It's the same company that makes the dog.
Okay.
They just released a new robot.
Is that the humanoid one they just released?
Yeah,
Yeah, with AI.
Atlas.
Is it all new Atlas?
I think so. Look at it.
Fully
let me see.
electronic Atlas robot something. I just pulled up a video.
It just like came out. I'm pretty sure like last week or something. Yep, this.
It literally looks like from iRobot, right?
It looks like the robot, the Logic robot kind of.
Look at this
What the
motherfucker.
fuck is he doing?
It's an
What the
aerobic
fuck?
spot.
But like, look at its movement. That's crazy.
Oh, that's. Oh yeah, that's like
Walking
iRobot.
Is he backwards?
That's iRobot.
I have not seen this.
Like,
yeah.
Like people are.
But
fucking
this
with
is their new
AI.
design for their robots, which is kind of neat. I want the dog still.
The dog
I
is
want
the dog is pretty useful.
So we're gonna. This is why I'm coming up. We need to make a Team AGF investment. We're gonna need $40,000
Oh my god.
for the Boston Dynamic
Let's
robot.
put all of our budget
and
into the dog.
we can split him like a divorced child.
There's a lot of us though. How
I
are we
get
gonna
him on the
split it?
weekends, and then you guys can figure out the right.
Why do you get the weekends?
Because
about
it was my
holidays?
idea.
Yeah, what are holidays?
Yeah, what
You
about
guys
holidays?
can have holidays, all right?
Okay, that's fair.
If the holiday's on a weekend, then he's mine.
If it's like the leap year is like the person who does the least amount of stuff. It could be like someone who's not even that like works with us anymore. Like, just give it to like.
Maybe
Devin
I
or
don't
something.
want it for on the weekends. I want it during the weekday. I want to put it to work. I'm gonna make it carry my fucking tools.
They're gonna
like,
make it your slave.
I'm gonna
Might as well.
It's a robot. It can't
strap
it
like
won't protest
refrigerator
this.
doors
This
to
is
it.
why robots are gonna take over for world domination.
It's
Like,
because of
you.
people like me
Who work them to death?
That's gonna be their jobs, though. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna use them
We're
for.
taking our jobs.
See, I think the Atlas robot is not too scary if you just put two googly eyes on the glass, and then it's.
Yeah, that
And then
face was
I
interesting,
think
like-
more people would be receptive to the robot overlords if they just had.
They'll just be like, oh, he must be from. Oh, by the way,
You'll be like, oh, he looks
talk about
so
this
friendly.
Yeah.
Just a Sharpie, and you like a smiley face with
Yeah.
the two googly eyes, and immediately
you don't
robot
worry about
overrising isn't as scary.
it's like he's kind of scary looking. You just draw the smiley face on it. Look, he's perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's good now. And then I go over and I draw the two angry lines on the eyes, and oh, he's mad again.
But he has the smile and the ender eyes. You won't know what to think.
He
So
looks devious.
He's got devious intent.
he's got some deadly ideas in mind. Yo, welcome to That One Show. We're talking about robots.
Hello, I am a robot. No.
This is the new Atlas.
This is the new Atlas that just came in.
The Elon Musk
Yeah, imagine.
new bot.
He just. This the synths from Fallout, actually.
God.
You can't even tell that they're robots. They're just too humanoid at this point. But I was gonna bring up, this is something I watched like a month ago at this point, but I finally watched a movie I've been talking about for years, the Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh yeah, I watched the last half of it with
I
us.
haven't seen it, but I
I
heard
have
it
not
was
seen
good.
It was wild.
It's a very strange movie.
Was that last year or the year
2022.
before? Okay. Yeah.
I nominated it for our movie of the year, but I knew nobody saw it, so it didn't even have a chance.
You didn't even say it.
I didn't even see it.
Oh,
But,
fuck.
everyone I went to school with said it was like the best movie they've seen in
What
years.
came out in 2022?
Do I still have the document of our nominees? I don't.
What else? Like, I want to see, like, because I don't know what else came out that year.
Barbie and Oppenheimer was the next year.
Oppenheimer was 23, right?
Yeah, those
That
were
was last
23.
year.
Let's see, what was big? Of course, it doesn't have the names, but What We Leave Behind, 99 Moons, Watcher, The Weekend Away, He's Watch. I don't remember a lot of these.
None of these even sound.
2022.
I don't remember freaking any of these movies.
Wasn't
What?
Dune 2022?
I think that was 2021.
Uh,
I think part one was from. Oh, Fall. I remember that. There was the movie about these two girls that were stuck on a radio tower.
Yeah, nothing came out this year.
Yeah, wow. Surprised.
Bro, there's a lot of good stuff, but like none of these are it.
Be young.
That's The Gray Man, The Contractor, Jurassic World,
Moonfall.
Dominion. If anyone gives a shit about Jurassic World Dominion.
Moonfall came out that year.
Oh, family-friendly movies. Now we're getting there.
Okay.
You guys like the...
Oh, Elvis came out. That's right.
Oh yeah, that was a big one.
Oh, then that means Lightyear. I saw that Buzz Lightyear movie.
It wasn't that
Yeah, I
good.
never saw it.
It was.
Wasn't good.
I didn't mind it.
Did you,
I know people didn't like it, but I thought it was cute.
You know what's funny? I saw Moonfall in there. Do you guys,
How many of the Roland Emmerich movies have you watched?
I've
he
probably
made,
seen a
like,
couple, and I just couldn't tell you the name.
So
of
he's
them.
made, like, he makes all the disaster movies. So he made, like, The Day After
Here's
Tomorrow.
the movies that people actually gave a shit about that weren't
Oh.
listed: Top Gun: Maverick, Avatar: Way of the Water,
Oh yeah.
Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, The Batman. That's what was our movie of the year.
Batman.
That's what we picked. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. People really liked that movie.
yeah.
I still never seen it.
I've heard. I still haven't either, but I've heard it's very, very
I
good.
think the only one of these I have seen is Batman.
Batman
Really?
was pretty
I
good.
never
I saw
saw
Doctor Strange. I saw The Batman.
I went to see Black Panther, and me and Lid left early.
Yeah, I heard it
We
wasn't.
went to see it like
I
really
was
late at
not
night,
there.
and we were tired and not into it enough to stay, and we
I
left like
wouldn't have.
halfway through.
I wouldn't have watched
I
it.
haven't seen any newer Marvel.
I'm not even gonna
movies
lie, I didn't
because
really
Marvel
like-
pretty much killed itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it was
did.
very underwhelming. And I didn't know that Chadwick Boseman was like not in the movie at all.
Yeah, well, he died during.
Wait, yeah,
I
he
knew
died
that, but like
yeah.
I thought that somehow he
They
would
at least
still
still had some
They could have
footage.
be
CGI'd his ass.
involved. But yeah,
But he barely
for,
got
like,
to do
1 or 2
anything in the
scenes.
movie,
Yeah.
so it's not really fair to use him in it.
yeah, that's
I mean, a
true.
little bit's fine, but
That's true.
it's okay. It's just hard to use someone in a movie after they've passed, especially that early into like production of the movie.
And when they're like the main character of the
They had to. That's why the movie was delayed, because they had to pretty much rewrite it because his health was worsening, and then he eventually passed.
yeah.
Which, by the way, I talked about this on the podcast a couple years ago. He was fighting cancer the entire time he was Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one
No
knew.
one knew, yeah.
No one knew. He didn't tell anybody, which makes that performance even more insane to me. And I'll always like. That's why he's one of my favorites from that franchise, just because, not just because of that, but like, he was always fun to watch. Except for in his own movie, ironically, like he was one of the least developed characters in the first Black
Yeah,
Panther.
it really was.
It's true.
But like in all the other movies he was in, he was really good. And not that Black Panther's a bad movie. I did enjoy that movie. I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was way better than Wakanda Forever.
Well, yeah. I did not see that, and
I didn't watch it.
I'll watch it
I
eventually.
can't remember the
but
plot. I just
You just can't.
remember not being interested and leaving.
Like I started watching like some of the shows. Some of the, like I think the last Marvel movie I watched was the new Thor that fucking sucked.
I heard it was
I don't
disappointing.
think I saw that either. I'm really far behind on Marvel stuff now. I had seen
Well,
every
they're-
single movie
Yeah, so
up
did I.
until probably right before Wakanda Forever or
Yeah.
whatever came out right before that.
I saw every movie up until No Way Home. Let me see what Phase 4 looks like because
Phase 4 is like all over.
Yeah, probably No Way Home was the last.
Yeah.
that's the last one I watched, like with all of them back to back to back, like seeing every single one.
Yeah, same.
Because here we go. Black Widow, I still haven't
Oh,
seen.
no.
Shang-Chi, that was a good movie.
Shang-Chi
That was
was
good.
good.
I
That
didn't
was
watch
pretty
that.
good.
Black
Eternals
Widow was
didn't
kinda-
watch.
I didn't
Black Widow was kind of mid.
I can't remember if I saw it. I don't think I did.
Spider-Man No Way Home,
That was
good,
good.
but a lot of fan service. I did enjoy
That
it,
was
though.
that was just nostalgia.
Yeah,
very much.
not a bad movie. One of the better
I
Spider-Man
liked it.
movies. But
Yeah, I liked it.
Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I know people
I
don't like
know
it.
If I saw that.
It's the one that was directed by Sam Raimi, and it had like horror aspects in it. I liked it.
wasn't even really.
I know
horror,
a lot
it
of
was
people
just-
didn't like it, but I did enjoy that movie.
It was
Not
pretty
as
much-
much as the
The
first
like
one.
part about the movie I didn't really like is that they did all this multiverse stuff and they didn't really show anything that cool.
That's
It
Yeah.
was
just
kind of just lame. Yeah.
They
Was
didn't
there
really do
only
anything.
those two. Was that two Doctor Strange movies?
yeah. There's only
Okay.
two.
I
don't
think
know if I saw it.
the visuals in that and like Doctor Strange movies are always.
They're
Really
always
The first
fun.
one, especially.
I love
Yeah,
the first
I
one.
really like the first one. I feel
Me
like
too.
that one doesn't get enough.
That's
credit.
one of my favorite. I also love Benedict Cumberbatch. So like,
He's such a
He's
good.
good.
He's a good Doctor Strange.
that reminds me something I heard years ago, and I just heard again recently. Have you ever heard? It's so fucking funny. Have you ever heard him try and pronounce the word penguin?
No.
Hold on, I gotta pull
What
this
does he
up.
say? Like Penguin?
No, you just gotta hear it. I'm gonna play some audio real quick of it. He's also, I didn't know this, he's in the Penguins of Madagascar movie, and he's always talking to the penguins. So, like, there's scenes of that. Let me see. I'm just gonna turn it up real quick for this. It's like a 20-second video, so
Alright, I'll be mad.
just listen.
Penguins.
Penguins.
So why are these woodlands so attractive to penguins?
Penguins.
He changed it that time.
Penguins.
Oh, yeah.
Penguins?
It says penguins.
I've seen that like 20 times. I fucking like it's so funny.
Penguins.
It started with
Penguins.
penguins, and then it went to pengling, like chingling.
He just can't pronounce penguins. And then there's a video. I think he was in an interview. He learned how to pronounce it. So
It's not that hard of a. I mean, I guess it is a little bit weird in the middle there.
penguin.
I don't know.
Penguins.
Penguins.
He's
No
got,
L.
I'm pretty sure he's like he's super British accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it probably fucks it up.
He's just like penguins. And it makes me laugh every time. That was he did a nature documentary.
Why did they choose him when he was gonna have to say that word so many times?
Penguins.
I
They
like-
just
I
said,
like,
"Ah, he's close
um,
enough. Fuck it."
I like for nature documentary
This is like
when they had
2014.
Snoop Dogg do it.
That was funny. Yeah.
The one with the lizard.
fucking
goes,
snakes.
oh, get out of
The
there!
lizard and the fucking snakes. Yeah, that shit was.
Yo, the
funny.
snakes are pulling up on his head. Get out of there, lizard!
Oh yeah, Pleasant Earth. Pleasant Earth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an SNL thing or like, it was some late night
The Snoop Dogg thing?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
Jimmy
it was.
Kimmel.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, I think it was Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. Wow, Jimmy Kimmel did something funny.
He didn't do it. Snoop did it.
You're
He
right.
did-
And his
he
writers
just
did
came up
it.
with it,
Not
yeah.
Jimmy.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. Don't give that man credit.
You're right. I forgot.
I don't care. I hate
Fuck
Jimmy
you,
Kimmel.
Jimmy. Fuck you, Jimmy
Fucking
Kimmel.
His
Yeah,
narcolepsy.
did you see the
Yeah.
Did you see the SNL thing of Saturday Night Live, where they
The
had
SNL thing of Saturday Night Live.
well, no, where they had the dudes that dressed up as Beavis and Butthead, and like they were all the people were breaking character because it's just fucking it was funny. I don't watch SNL. It's just I
SNL
seen that clip. I was like, this
has
is
like
fucking
one
hysterical.
funny skit a year.
Yeah.
They make like one really good skit a year.
Like it was like the whole skit was like, who's is that? Kel? No, not Kel.
Keenan Thompson.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a professor dude talking about AI, and there's a dude right behind the girl giving the interview that looks like Beavis, dressed up as Beavis. I forget who. I think it was like Jake Gyllenhaal or something. He goes, "Wait, hold up. That dude looks like Beavis." And no one knows it. The whole point of the skit is no one knows who Beavis and Butthead is.
They're all Gen Z. They don't know
Yeah.
anything about Beavis and Butthead.
So like, yo, can you just like move because you're just really distracted. And then they put a guy dressed up his butthead, and then breathe it like they move right behind him. Someone stands up, asks a question. He goes, "Wait, so how long are you guys friends? We don't even know each other." And they start laughing. He's like, "What? You guys even laugh like the fucking cartoon?"
Didn't they get a movie recently?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they
I
did.
think I remember
I think so.
hearing about.
Yeah, it was like a couple years ago, actually.
It wasn't really that good. Well,
Really?
don't
I
know if
haven't
I've
seen it, so.
I heard like mixed reviews of it.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead to the Universe, 2022. That's it. I have not seen. I've heard mixed things too. So, I mean, if you like the source material, then
It's like stupid funny.
well, that's always been Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I've
So-
not seen any Beavis and Butthead.
At all. I know the vibe.
I know I'm not gonna like it.
But yeah,
so,
me either.
I
Yeah.
just know that I can tell.
it's just it's a long gone era of just comedy. Although it was made by the same guy who brought us King of the Hill, so there's
Yeah.
that. You can tell they have a very similar art style.
They do. For
And that was
Everyone-
intentional. Oops. Alright. What's up?
I want to see one of the skits with Shane Gillis. Your buddy's a gambler
No,
or
I
something.
haven't.
It was like with this new app, you can bet on if your buddy takes out an entire life loan to make another parlay or something. It's like
I could definitely use that
Yeah.
living in a college
yeah.
area.
It
I
was
could
like,
make so much
it was
money
like
off
with this
my
new
bets.
app, you can bet on your buddy's downfall.
Bet on if your friend's bet is gonna hit.
Yeah. It's like you can
That's like
bet.
the anti-bet. That sounds
You can
At
perfect.
that
bet
point,
if
you
you're-
might as well just bet the actual bet.
Just bet
the
opposite.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Just become just as bad.
Can you bet on
It was like bet. You can even
You
bet
could.
if
You
your
could bet on anything.
if your friend fakes his own death, but then that it comes true that he's still alive because he made a stupid parlay somewhere.
He doesn't want to get busted.
Or there's Shohei Ohtani's translator who was just betting tens of thousands of dollars every
Did we
day.
talk about that on the podcast?
I think we did.
I think we did.
I don't know.
He got convicted of it too, so.
There were like
Well,
text
wasn't he
messages of
betting
him
in
to.
Japan?
No, it was
Or
some
no, not
underground place in California.
Oh.
But there were text messages of him texting the bookie, and like he was losing shit tons of money day after day. And he texted, he was like, "Man, I'm really not that good at this whole betting thing, am I?" And in the end, didn't he lose like $2 million or something like that in betting?
Like fucking dragon.
Yeah, man.
That was a crazy story.
He stole $16 million.
16 million.
Holy
And it's not even like he stole it and had possession of it. It's like
Can I
he
just have,
stole
like,
it and threw it in the trash. Like,
One of those 6.
One of those
no, it's
a
gone.
singular million.
Like you think he would have
A
had
small
like an
crumb.
advantage? He was pretty much translating for Otani. Pretty much all he had to do is just be like, "Or you got to get a hit today, or do something."
Listen, all I'm
Bet
saying
on whatever
is that
you
if
think.
you're a sports player and you want to gamble, always either use a VPN, which don't do that. That's kind of risky still. Just get your friend who you don't associate with to do it for you.
I'm a little surprised that Otani wouldn't have been aware of it, but at the same time, if he was aware of it, how would he have been okay with it? Because it's
Yeah.
just his money that's being thrown down the drain.
Yeah.
Didn't
maybe-
Otani like had? I thought he had a hand in it.
Okay,
Didn't he?
no, he was
He
totally
did
cleared
it.
of it.
Yeah,
Oh, he
they
had no
use a
clue of it?
He was a
Always
victim
use
of
a
a
VPN.
crime, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
The guy was stealing his money without his knowledge, apparently. to
Yeah.
place these
So with the
bets.
sports players, I know like you're not allowed to bet on your sport.
An
Are
NBA
you
player
able-
just got banned for life
For
for it.
life.
Are
Yeah.
you able to like they able to bet on other sports?
No.
Not
I don't
even
think
bet
so.
at all.
I don't think you're allowed to bet. Even if you work in the industry, you're not allowed to bet.
I'm gonna guess just being involved in betting in general is bad. If you're a
Yeah.
professional.
They're able to do like the
Professional
casino and
athlete-
stuff.
Outside of like gambling at a
I was
casino.
gonna
Well,
say,
that's
like, if
different.
you're a professional athlete,
You can still go to like AC or like Vegas and go to the slots
you-
or
Yeah.
something.
But if I'm saying if like you're a fucking baseball player and you bet on a hockey team, it's
Yeah,
I
like,
think
that-
you still can't do that.
really.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I
Let me
think
see.
each
I don't
each
know.
league has different rules. I know. NFL, you're not allowed to bet at all.
That's stupid.
Yes.
That's true. I mean,
NBA,
like,
you're not allowed to bet at all. I'm not sure. It's
But
not
that
really
guy got
big in
banned
hockey.
because he was betting on games that he was playing in.
Yeah.
And there was a specific
Like,
game
that's
where he
obvious.
bet on like all his unders or whatever, and then he
And then
only
you just
ended
throw
up
the
playing
game.
2 minutes.
pretty
in the
much.
game
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
felt sick.
Okay, I figured it out. So NFL rules, they're allowed to bet on non-NFL stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
I-
makes
However,
sense.
every other league personnel is prohibited.
Yeah.
So wait,
So coaches, officials, trainers, they are not allowed to bet at all.
So what about for like NBA, NHL, NBA,
Let's see.
MLB? Like, because I know there are different rules for each. I didn't know the NFL's allowed to bet on other sports. I thought they were like the more stricter because they
Yeah,
have a
you would
lot more
think,
people that got caught with betting.
It's weird because the NFL, they don't ever ban you for life. It seems like it's just like 6-game suspension, 1-year suspension.
Or
it's never you're
big ass
done.
fine.
Yeah, or plus big ass fine nowadays. But you never really have stuff like Pete Rose where he got banned for life for it, or who's the NBA guy who just got busted?
Jonte Porter, his name
Yeah,
was?
Jonte Porter.
Which I hadn't really heard of him before the ban. I
Me
think he was
neither,
on
but
the Trailblazers,
still.
maybe.
Yeah, but like the principle's still there. Like he's 24 and he can never play in the NBA ever again because and you know how much he made? He only made or he lost something like 40,000. He had $1 million contract and he just blew it on gambling.
You are already making it. Like, why you gotta?
Why are you
make
trying to
more?
add another couple tens of
Oh.
thousands? That's
And
nothing compared to your
the
contract.
same week, his brother got sentenced to 6 years in prison for a DUI crash.
Oh my god.
So that's a rough time for the Porter family.
Wait, so like I know players aren't allowed to. Are family members allowed to? I'm pretty sure, right?
I'm sure.
as long
that-
as you
As long as
don't
they're
get
not
caught.
in the.
yeah,
As long as they're not in the league.
Yeah, you
because
can
like
do
the
that.
league can't do anything to punish them.
No.
Obviously, so they're not an employee of the league like he is.
Say if I want my mom to bet on me to lose, and then I fucking throw the game.
But,
But that would get
for-
him in
for
trouble because that's
instance-
like exactly what he did.
All right,
like,
so-
he had friends that were betting on a certain game, and he probably
Yeah,
told them
that's
like,
That's why you
bet
just
my
don't get
unders.
caught.
"I'll
Ooh,
tell
my
him to hit
leg.
for you."
Yeah,
Ow.
you don't get caught.
Because if he
Yeah.
says like bet my over, I guarantee you I'll hit it. That's a little different.
That's
you
what
still
I
gotta
do.
Perform.
I'm gonna do the same thing, but what I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna hire a different guy in the stadium to shoot my leg during the middle of the game.
Wait, so his unders are gonna hit!
One
That's
point
the
away.
concern. Now that there's a shooter in the stadium, it said my bet's not gonna hit.
My bet's not gonna hit.
Oh, did we get the bag? Oh.
He should have just faked that he twisted his ankle or something, not like, oh, I feel sick, I can't play. Like,
Yeah.
Like that gave it away.
yeah,
At least like an injury, you can fake that somewhat.
yeah.
Like you just fall and just go, ah.
If you conveniently have a stomach
See,
ache
that's
and
what he should have did.
can't
He should have
play.
had a guy come
Yeah.
out and tackle him and like fucking throw him to the ground and like. They have a fallout guy, you know, and then,
But then in
that
that
fallout
case-
guy gets some money when he gets out of jail.
But I feel like if
Exactly.
the player got like shot during the game, they would probably just void the bets.
Well, that's what happened. So one fan in the Super Bowl.
So I'm saying, change it to something less severe. Like, have a guy come out and fucking tackle me to the ground or something, and then like.
I think we
That's-
talked about this before, but that's pretty much what the one guy in the Super Bowl did. He bet on himself to,
Oh yeah.
to streak and put like
Oh yeah.
500,000 to win like 2 million or
He
something.
didn't win though, right?
No, he
didn't
did
get
win it.
They gave
He
him
bet-
money for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he pretty much he made out with like $1 million because he had like a $20,000 fine. Like
Yeah. Oh
something
yeah, I
crazy.
remember people.
He
did
bet
the
on a
math and still
streaker and
made
he's
a
like
lot.
he was sitting there, he's like
He made
no one's
money,
doing it, so he
but he
ran
can
out.
he can never attend.
Had to sit
an
in a
NFL game
Vegas jail
ever
for
again.
one night.
My
Give them like
question is-
Was he a player?
$20,000 fine.
Or is he
No,
a-
he was just
he's a
fan.
fan.
Bet on
Alright,
himself.
bet.
man made
Bet
$1
to
million
streakers.
to streak.
I think it was $1 million.
What sports
That's
book
worth
did he
it.
bet this on?
He did it
I
though.
don't know.
Bet? Like,
I mean, it
Like,
is
I
the
didn't
Super
see
Bowl, and that's
anything
one of the
for
events
streakers.
you can bet on anything.
that's true.
So the guy who
it
streaked.
was in Vegas.
So the guy who streaked got $1 million.
I
Yes.
think
It was like
If he
something-
got away with it, it was
something
worth it.
It was a
crazy.
crazy.
Who cares
payout.
if you can't go to a fucking football game ever again?
Honestly,
You made a bag. Like,
I've
you
never
made
been
the
to
bag.
one, so,
So
if
he-
I do one time and do that,
So
Yeah.
pretty
Guess
much
what? I'm gonna
he-
get a big 80-inch screen TV. I'm gonna enjoy the football at home now. It's just
pretty
Did they
much what he
blacklist
did.
you?
So like I was saying, so pretty much what he did, he spent the $1,000 on the ticket, had to give like a $20,000 fine, placed a bet before the game of a streaker. No one streaked, so he ran out onto the field, spent the night in a
did the math
Vegas
in his
jail.
head before.
Yeah, spent the night in a Vegas jail, and cashed out right after.
That was
Yeah.
a crazy story.
So he didn't make all the money, but he made a good amount
He
of money.
made
off
a
of
good
doing
amount.
That.
I don't know the exact number.
Yeah.
It was something ridiculous.
Yeah. So, is there anything else we want to talk about before we wrap it up?
No, I think we can end it here.
All right.
There's more people
What,
showing
an
up
hour?
here. Yeah, there's more people showing up too. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Where are we going?
Remember to tip your delivery driver.
Yes,
Uh,
especially if it's
If
you.
it's me.
$10 minimum.